Are you always feeling tired no matter how much sleep you get? Or are you among the millions that keep Googling, why am I always tired? Well, you are not alone. Millions of people wake up every day feeling like they never really rested. And today, we are going to dive into top 5 reasons why this might be happening. And more importantly, how to fix it. So if you're tired of being tired, then stick around, cause point number 5 might just blow your mind. Let's get into the video. Point number 1 is the glutamate effect. Now, when we're about to make decisions, there's an electronic signal that travels through our brain through the help of something called neurons. We have about 100 billion of these neurons, and they all form a giant network, helping send different signals to different sectors of the brain that helps with decision making and taking actions. So for this giant network to work seamlessly, you need an important chemical called glutamate. So in a nutshell, the more decisions you make, the more glutamate you need. This glutamate is like an oil that makes everything flows well. The problem now is, once a decision has been made, the glutamate doesn't just disappear. It leaves a shell of itself behind, which ideally is not a problem because, of course, during the day when you take a nap, your body resets and it flushes out all this excess remnant that the glutamate has left behind, and then your body resets, and when you wake up, you feel energized. But let's face it, how many times do you take a siesta in the day? How many times do you have time to rest? So because of the way this modern world has been designed, we are bombarded with too many information at the same time, which leads to us making way more decisions than we would have 50 or 100 years ago. Our brain is not designed to make this many decisions at the same time due to something called evolutionary mismatch. This simply means that our brain right now has not caught up with the current world that we live in. For example, let's say our brain is still in maybe 1950, but we are in 2024. And because of this evolutionary mismatch, our brain is being fed with too much than it can handle. It's just like when you're blowing air into a balloon. The more air you blow into the balloon, the bigger the balloon becomes. But if you get to a certain point where the balloon cannot take the air anymore, and what's going to happen? The balloon is just going to explode. That's exactly what's happening to our brain. And sleep or siesta is supposed to be an escape route where the brain can relax and clean up all this mess. But because we don't get enough sleep during the day by working our ass off and making a lot of decisions, then your brain doesn't have an outlet. So in a nutshell, the more decisions you make, the more glutamate you produce. The more glutamate you produce, the more excess waste you have in your brain. And because you don't have time to sleep or take a siesta during the day, this excess waste clogs the brain. And once the brain is being clogged, you get tired. Now, what's the solution here? Researchers have found that almost 40% of people that take siesta during the day end up living longer, and they have less heart problems. So when you're on break at work, instead of gossiping with your colleagues, so find some time to relax and take a quick nap, just to allow your body to reset so that you can clear out the unwanted glutamate. Point number 2 is poor sleep quality. Everybody keeps recommending that yes, it's good to sleep 7 to 8 hours in a day for you to perform at your optimum best, which I agree, absolutely you have to. But what they don't take into consideration is something called chronotypes. Now, chronotype simply means a person's natural inclination with regard to the times of the day where they prefer to sleep or when they are most alert or energetic. Which simply means that the time that you prefer to sleep is different from the time that I prefer to sleep. And this is genetically encoded into us as humans. And that's why you have questions like, are you a morning person or are you a night person? So it's not about how long you sleep, but the quality of your sleep. The problem is our modern society ignores the fact that we are all not the same. In fact, our standard 9 to 5 was constructed to fit all of us into this box. For example, we are all categorized into 4 different chronotypes. We have the bear, we have the wolf, we have the lion, and we have the dolphin. Let's say, for example, your chronotype is a wolf. So which means that you prefer to go to bed by 12 a.m. and your peak performance period during the day is between 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. We can all agree that this person is not built for the 9 to 5 life. But imagine if this person is now forced to conform into the 9 to 5 structure. This person will never be able to perform at his optimate best because the focus time is between 5 p.m. to 12 a.m., which is outside the 9 to 5 paradigm. And on the other hand, you have someone that his chronotype is a lion, whose peak performance period is between 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This person will fit perfectly into the 9 to 5 system. So you have two people with two completely different chronotypes, but they are being forced into a system to accommodate both of them. It is practically impossible for both of them to perform at their optimal best. Because while people that fall into the lion chronotype prefers to go to bed by 10 p.m. and their optimal focus period is between 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. But you have the people on the other hand that fall into the wolf chronotype that prefer to go to bed by 12 a.m. and their focus period is between 5 p.m. and 12 a.m. These two different people forced into the same system will not perform at the same optimal level. Not because they don't want to, but because they are not designed to perform at that same optimal level. That is just the reality. So what is the solution here? The solution is we need to acknowledge that 9 to 5 is not for everybody, and that is okay. So find your chronotype by taking the chronotype test and find what best works for you. I will leave a link to the chronotype test below in case if you want to take it. And remember, health is wealth. So if you made it this far and you like this content, then like this video, subscribe to my channel, let me know what you think in the comments below. Point number 3, nutrient deficiency. Now your body needs the right fuel to function properly, and if you are low on key nutrients like iron, vitamin D or B12, it can leave you feeling constantly tired. There was a time when I used to struggle with low energy for months. I just wake up and I just feel like I don't just feel like doing anything. I'm just exhausted. And only for me to find out that I was iron deficient. So what I simply did is I just adjusted my diet, and I started eating food that had more iron in it. And before you know it, I had more energy to perform at my optimum best during the day. It's amazing how this little adjustment in your diet can affect your energy level. So if you find yourself feeling constantly tired all the time, or you just feel like your energy level is always down, then consider getting a blood test to check for deficiencies. Food like spinach, lean meat, or even cereals that can boost your iron. And don't forget to get enough sun. But if you live in countries where you have less sun in a year, then try to get vitamin D supplements. Maybe that might help you. Point number 3 is dehydration. I don't know why people overlook this point a lot, but believe it or not, even mild dehydration can make you feel sluggish and tired throughout the day. You lose water constantly, especially overnight, and if you are not replenishing it, your energy levels can take a hit. So my advice for you is, if you don't drink a lot of water, at least try to keep a water bottle around you, and aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day. You can also add water-rich food like cucumbers or watermelon to your diet to stay hydrated. And point number 5 is lack of physical activity. And this one sounds counterintuitive, right? Yeah, I get it. Because when you're tired, the last thing you want to do is exercise. I understand. But regular physical activity boosts your energy levels. So the more active you are, the more energy you have. So start with something simple, like a 10-minute walk after meals or stretching exercise in the morning. Gradually increase the intensity as you build the habit, and soon you will notice a big change in your energy levels. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 reasons why you are always tired, and more importantly, how to fix them. So whether it's improving your sleep quality, staying hydrated, or managing stress, these small changes can make a huge difference in your energy level. Which of these are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, then I'm sure you also like this video where I talked about different ways you are losing money without realizing it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.